Morning, Facebook. How are you going? Happy Sunday. How things looking out there? Well, we still living in the land of Trinidad and Tobago, where it's sad to see that nothing has changed government-wise. And I was made to understand quite recently that some people actually depend on me for updates. I didn't know that. So, the latest is that they want to sell Petrotrin. But the reality is, good morning, Kassan. The reality is, I think, is a conspiracy, basically. The government already has this false economic depression that they created. And they are doing whatever in their power, all right, to make us believe that there's this false economic depression. But the reality of the situation is, everybody big on their sense, right? From the time the Prime Minister came into office, the first thing he did was order a new Benz. They did upgrades to the White Hall. They started the building in Tobago, right? Building a house for the Prime Minister in Tobago. Refurbishing rather, or renovating, right? Consider these facts. You had the highway project that overlapped from the previous government. We got back the money for that project, and they still cut down on the project, which I don't understand. If you get all the funds allocated to that said project, why are you cutting back on the design of the highway? That's not making sense. And then you decided you're upgrading the Magnificent 7. Somebody gonna get a contract, right? The roads are deplorable, right? They took away all the gas subsidies, so that's extra monies they're getting. Now, consider the fact that custom duties is something the government gets. Consider the fact that all the licensing fees, which amounts to tens of thousands of dollars per car, that's something that the government gets, right? Consider the fact that they put up the import tax duty on everything that you buy online. So that's extra money the government gets. Consider transfer fees for vehicles, which are thousands of dollars, and hundreds of vehicles are sold by the week, right? So that's renewable income. That's income that continues to renew itself. Why does the government keep complaining? Recently, they talk about all the perks that they get, right? The ministers get, where they get all these tax exemptions, right? They didn't want to talk about it, but that's the reality. After that, they tried to introduce the cybercrime bill. Now, the cybercrime bill really was a way to restrict our freedom, saying that we can't express ourselves freely. Then you had this guy who spoke about the Prime Minister on his page, and he was arrested, right? So he coming down the road. Recently, they tried to introduce the anti-gang bill. Have you read the anti-gang bill? Anybody? I could wait, I thought so. The reality of the situation is the anti-gang bill gives the police the permission, which they are empowered by the powers that be, to kick down anybody though at any point in time. Now remember, during the SOE, a set of people got arrested and they had to be released. Think about it. What's the situation with that? You have a lot of lawsuits coming out of that. And what good did that do for us as a people? Nothing. A lot of people got arrested innocently. So the anti-gang bill, really and truly, in as much as the Prime Minister trying to blame the opposition leader for not signing that bill is the end of the world as we know it. It's just another way for them to introduce the same cybercrime bill. So you see like how I talking on the live here and I talking about the government and making people wake up to realize the stupidness that going on right now. They could shut me up by kicking down my door and deciding that I is part of a gang and I inciting violence and blah, blah, blah. And guess what? They kick down my door based on that bill and they arrest me for no apparent reason and release me after. So that means with the introduction of that, we will all be no longer free. We would have to watch our tongue, be careful what we say. If you say the word Keith Rowley, they could kick down your door. Right? Because the Prime Minister will empower the police to do so. Think about it. Now people thinking about, oh gosh, Petrotrin, blah, blah, blah. All right, finally they fire Vidya Deoki Singh, which we don't have all the details of. But a birdie whispered to me that the reason why Mr. Haywood decided to tender his resignation, and also Mr. Andrew Jupiter, is because they told them that they need to downsize Petrotrin, right? Because consider this, they're probably trying to sell Petrotrin to the lowest bidder, which is probably the 1%. And they do, the 1% saying, well, we don't need 3,000 workers or 10,000 workers, however it is, much of it is Petrotrin have, right? So they're downsizing the workforce so that it's manageable for Massey or whoever chooses to buy it. Whichever one of the Syrians had that pick, right? So that's the seriousness of the situation. So Petrotrin, they're trying to say that Petrotrin is not making money. Petrotrin fuels every single cruise ship that comes into your harbor, right? Petrotrin does not sell oil. Petrotrin buys oil and sells petroleum-based products. So you explain to me, more than Sean, you explain to me why it is the price of oil was supposed to affect Petrotrin. All right, that washed down the drain because guess what? The price of oil is steadily rising now. You mean to say that it's still trying to sell with this sad story? How foolish they think Trinidadians are. Trinidadians are some of the smartest people in the world. Anywhere you go, you'll find a Trinidadian and he's successful. You understand? You go England, you go Russia, you go China, you go Japan, you go Australia, you'll find Trinidadians. Right? Because we will survive anyway. And Trinidadians are very versatile. So why it is they're trying to convince us that we are stupid by selling us these dreams, these foolish nightmares that they're trying to sell us? Morning, Alicia. They're trying to sell us. Why it is they want to sell Petrotrin to the lowest bidder, and they're trying to convince us that is because Petrotrin not making money. The reality of the situation is, you had a VP of finance that resigned because they asked him to write off some debt that the government was owing Petrotrin. What happened to that debt? Probably swept under the carpet by the previous administration, right? How much debt you feel this previous government owing Petrotrin? I don't even want to know. I'm sure it's in the millions. Because they have been siphoning funds out of Petrotrin's purse for the longest while. They interfere with the pension fund. Now you as the government, you interfere with the Heritage and Stabilization Fund twice in 2.5 years. And you mean to tell me you still have an economic deficit? Come now, man. People all wake up and realize what the rock is cooking. The rock being the government at this stage of the game. The reality of the situation is, we don't have no money, right? We're in an economic depression. They fire Calco from building the Maracas upgrade project. But the reality is, they hired Calco to build a $400 million highway to nowhere. Only pick sense from nonsense. Look at what's going on in the economy. Oh my God, prices going up. Oh my God. Who do you think benefiting from all that? The government getting all the kickbacks. The government is benefiting from all these recurring taxes that we get from time to time. Just think about the cost it is to maintain your car. No. Here the greatest. They're charging you a price, right? Right now, tire shops are being charged a price for disposal of tires. Right? Now, when a tire comes into the country, they're charging you like a disposal fee, which is a couple dollars per tire. Right? Consider this. Nobody is sending a disposal unit to any tire shop, right? To dispose of the tires. So the tire shop owners still have to pay to dispose the tires, and they pay a disposal fee when the tire enters the country. So what is that going to cause? The price of tires is going to go up. The price of goods and services are going to go up. The price of diesel went up. So consider this. All they're talking about is that we're going through a recession, right? But the government keep finding new ways to make money off of the middleman and the working class head. The reality of the situation is that 400 million highway to nowhere, is that necessary? No, it's not. Check the roads that you drive on every day. You can't find a good road in Trinidad and Tobago. I mean, let me get real. Why it is the Ministry of Works and Transport do embark on a project to upgrade all the roads in Trinidad and Tobago for 400 million. You know how much nice roads we'll end up in? Hear this. They sell Lake Asphalt under we nose and nobody knows that Chinese company. Nobody ain't talking about it. So that's what they want to do with Petrotrin too. You think Keith Rowley and he set a goons care about anybody in this country? Their job is to just plunder the economy, and when they're done, they're gone. Keith Rowley don't make provisions for himself in the US, you know. Them fellas and them have property overseas, you know. You're red and you're ready. You're PNM till you're dead. But the reality is you might be dead PNM, because guess what? Or dead UNC. Because people just want to jump up and talk about, boy, bring back Kamala. What did Kamala do? Look at the corruption. Look at live sport. Live sport is a shining example. We don't even need to talk much. Look at the highway project that she allowed to go to ruins. Right? And look at live sport. That is it. I don't need to talk about anything else. You understand? People beware. K. Donna was bought for a couple million and sold for over 200 million. Rohan Sinanan is the owner of that property. That is the reason why the $400 million highway was necessary. Right? You have contract. Think about this. You want to hear the rape that coming? We have a major contractor in Trinidad and Tobago that does all the refinery upgrades for Petrotrin, right? Gojo Construction. Now hear this. These people are related to the deceased Patrick Manning. So they have the foothold in Petrotrin because of their association with the People's National Movement, right? These people continuously do bad work, if you want to put it in local terms, bad work, and they continue to get work. How is that possible? Because you know why? Corruption. So guess what? You're siphoning out the funds that way, and then the board of directors at Petrotrin is elected by the government. So all you figure out, all you connect the dots. You understand? While you're trying to dodge potholes on the road, try to connect the dots in your mind. Because at the end of the day, the government is raping and robbing you blindly. They're investing in Swiss bank accounts and in the US and the UK. And guess what? They're going to plunder this country, rinse it dry, and leave it for you and I to struggle to pick up the pieces. That, my friends, is the reality of the situation. Real talk reality. Whether or not you understand the mathematics and the English and the physics and the arithmetic, always remember that if you don't stand up for something, you'll fall for anything. Trinidad and Tobago is quickly heading to the state of Venezuela, ladies and gentlemen. If we don't come together as a group and do something, you see what happened? Germany, they put up the price of gas by a few cents. You know what happened? Everybody parked their car in the streets and say, here what? We don't have enough gas to go home. Guess what? The price of gas went back down. Why we don't have that unity in Trinidad and Tobago? Everybody will be talking and thinking and this and that and the next and the other, but nobody doing anything. Why we can't come together as a people? We coming together wherever we are in the world, but we can't come together in our own home. Why it is we are like that as Trinidad and Tobago? You understand? Why it is the people who trying to light it up and make the people aware. Why it is we going through so much persecution? You know what persecution I went through on my job since I started speaking out? But guess what? You don't have medication in the hospital for the simplest of things. You understand? You get leptospirosis, which real rampant right now. You're better dead because guess what? You don't have penicillin in the dispensary for you to feel better. I mean, seriously, consider it. Or let's share the life. Share this. Let me see how much people we could awaken today. Trinidad and Tobago, wake up. You could represent your constituency as an independent person, as an independent candidate. Don't look to jump on the red or the yellow bandwagon. Be real. Reality of the situation. We're paying for hospital we can't even use because it don't have the proper amenities in it, and the piece of land that it was built on is shifting. Reality of the situation. So that is a ticking time bomb, ladies and gentlemen. And one party blaming the other, but two of them knocking glass behind doors and trying to tell you, hey, how a song in front there? How a song. A song good, eh? A song good. And that's the situation. Trying to make all a wake up now, man. I see this Stark Entertainment guy try to go on his live naked. Facebook pull him down. He put it back up. Mr. Gentleman, I knew your end was swiftly coming. You know why? Them fellas and them doing it for the love, not for the like. They're doing it for the love, not the likes. They're doing it for fame. You understand? But the reality of the situation is there's only so far I could go. I said to myself, you have to remain stable when you're a public figure. Ladies and gentlemen, when all that information, pass it on to me. Share the live. I have a nice piece of poetry to give all you, but I'll do that on another live. Anytime all in doubt, shout me out, man. I still around. I still fighting the good fight. Fear not, for I am here. And I will do whatever in my power it takes to lead us to the next good point. You understand? Because the reality of the situation is, the government don't want all to know this situation. But this is being discussed on a large scale internationally. You understand? That the Caribbean will be no more shortly. The same thing is happening in Jamaica. The Chinese people come in quietly and they're leaving loudly. Anytime you see Chinese people start to pack up their shit and move, you know what's going on. It has nothing left there for them to plunder. And that's the reality of the situation. You think the Chinese build a hospital for us for nothing? Get real. We had to try to pay them back. You understand? So the money had to come from somewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, stand up in your communities. Stand up in your homes. Make people aware. Share the live. If you can't say it, I will be the voice of the people until such time. And guess what? At the end of the day, do what you can today for a better tomorrow. Because remember, even if you're not here, your children and their children will be here. Keith Rowley, Kamla Persad, Bisesat, them don't care. Because they have their money stacked up in a bank somewhere. The reality of the situation, when they start being politicians, they'll be poor. Why it is we are allowing these people to become millionaires? Why does a politician become a millionaire overnight as soon as he gets in politics? Figure it out. Show me a poor politician and I'll show you an honest politician. Reality. Real talk. I am back, and for this 2018, we are real thing to bust. So, stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. I have a spoken word coming for all you. Take it in, share the live. We'll keep in touch, right? Real talk, reality. Morning, Anne Marie. Enjoy the rest of all your Sunday. People eat all your callaloo, eat all your cuckoo, eat all your macaroni pie, wherever it is, all you just do. Nicholas, ask Dave who is me. Have a good day, ladies and gentlemen.